have Steffi Rose Aberasturi from Cebu Province.
Hi, maayong adlaw. I'm Steffi Rose Pearson Aberasturi, proudly representing Cebu Province. So things that you should know about me is that I'm an island girl. So I really enjoy swimming with the fishes. I even saw a pregnant seahorse, and at the same time, I swam together with treasure sharks. Can you imagine that? Aside from that, I love visiting the farm, and I even vaccinated thousands of chicks. And lastly, I'm a Sinulog dancer and a woman of God. So that's it about me. Thank you so much.
So Steffi, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your beauty and why?
For me, I rate my beauty, of course, 10. I'm really blessed at what God has given me and also my parents because of that. For me, beauty is about being comfortable with your own skin, like knowing and accepting who you are. For me, that's really beautiful. And beauty is skin deep. It's not just about the physique, but it's what's really in here. For me, that's beautiful. That's why I rate myself 10. Thank you.
Do you think there should be stricter censorship on social media because of widespread misinformation, defamation, and cyberbullying?
For me, I totally agree with that. With now me as a social media person, as a queen plus tindera, I've always been into social media. And it's really important for me to filter what I post and what I share. And now people are taking advantage of the disadvantages of social media. Like, we have to remind ourselves and put a borderline for us not to hurt other people. And remind that to make use of the social media the way it is designed.
How has the pandemic challenged you?
Okay. This pandemic, I've encountered so many problems, but I rose up and stand with this challenge. With this pandemic, I learned so many things, like the value of communication. Before, I never really asked someone, how are you doing? But with this pandemic, people mean so much to me. That's why with this pandemic, communication, life, and time itself is so important for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Steffi.
Thank you so much.
Now we have Katrina Dimaranan from Taguig.
Hi everyone. So I've been to 3 Justin Biebers by myself concerts, and one, he looked straight into my eyes while he was singing. Talagang kinilig ako kasi you know what? I knew we had a moment. And everyone knows I hate spicy food, but for some weird reason, I still carry it in my bag because I just really like the taste of it. Tapatio lang. And I know this sounds super gross, but watching Dr. Pimple Popper is so satisfying for me. Now, call me spontaneous because I stayed at one of the most haunted hotels in California, and it was so creepy because the volume of the TV kept going up and down the whole night. It was so scary. And during the pandemic, I learned how to make kare-kare, and it was so delicious. That's all I...
Your first question, Katrina, is, in today's world, someone or some group often claims to be offended by something. Do you think that the world has become too politically correct and too sensitive?
Hello?
Yes.
Hi. I don't think that the world has become politically correct. I think that what's going on right now is the cancel culture that we need to get rid of. I feel like that is a modern day of bullying. And I also feel that we need to stop cancel culture because it's as if we're judging people based off of what their opinions are. If it's opposing to ours, all of a sudden it feels like it's wrong. And cancel culture needs to disappear because it's as if we lost empathy for the people.
The Philippines and the Vatican are the only 2 sovereign states that prohibit divorce. Are you in favor or against legalizing divorce in the Philippines?
I have been asked this when I was 18, and I still stand by what I think from before versus now, which is, as much as we want to stay committed to the person that we marry, we can't always decide whether or not they want to stay together. I know that married people stay together and try to work it out, but at the same time, we need to respect if they are no longer in love or if they choose better things that's better for their families and their children.
How has the pandemic challenged you?
It's challenged me in multiple ways. I mean, from having to go to school full-time and working full-time while trying to support my family, having to focus on school and from home, it teaches us responsibility and accountability because we need to be more focused. And aside from that, I've had to deal from being away from my family and not being able to see them. And it's been very hard, but social media has been such an advantage for me because I can communicate with my family all over the world.
Thank you very much, Katrina.